This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
So what's up, YouTube? It's your homeboy Josh, and it's that time of the morning. We got some waffles and we got some bacon. I love bacon. Oh my god. I'm not sure what's better, eating bacon or cooking bacon. While that bacon was sizzling in the pan, I thought to myself, someone could make a fortune on YouTube just filming bacon, just cooking bacon on the skillet. Waffles are delicious. I like mine with some butter and honey. So I thought today we'd talk about where I am on my vaping journey, as so many people like to say it these days. I don't know if I call it a journey or just fun. It's definitely gone for me beyond that point where it's, I'm trying to get off smoking. I'm not smoking. I have no desire to smoke. And it's been that way for me since I tried my first ego. But I didn't start out with egos. I definitely didn't start out with this. Truth of the matter is, when I had my first vape, I hated it. I hated it. It was one of those Smoker 51 things that people used to pick up in the mall. I remember when those things first started coming out, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen. There were always these French people, or people with fake French accents at the mall, puffing these things, and they just looked ridiculous. Back then, I was a smoker through and through. I loved my cigarettes. Back then I was smoking Winstons and Marlboros. The only way you were going to get my Winstons or my Marlboros out of my hand was to pry them from my cold dead fingers. I was going to be a smoker till the day I died, but I loved it. There was no chance I was going to try one of these e-cigs. Then one day, I'm married. One day I'm married. Waffles and we decide that we need to stop smoking. So we tried to quit, and we did. We quit for a whole 3 months. And then we started again. I love it when it's not too crispy. When it's just like a little bit, see, floppy. I like when it's a little floppy. That's the best. It was one of those things, we're just driving down the street. Oh, it's so good to be smoke-free. I know, honey, it really is. I feel so much better. I can breathe better and everything. I don't wheeze when I'm going up the stairs. It's a great feeling. I know, isn't it? You know what we should do, honey? What? We should go get a pack of cigarettes. That's a great idea. And that's what we did. And then we were back on it. A while goes by, and we decided, okay, we're going to quit again. But we need help this time. We're not going to go cold turkey again. Some people, they break out in pimples. Some people can't sleep. A lot of people gain weight. Between you and me, I get really bad gas. So we decided this time we're going to try one of these e-cigs. Like the ones with the French people? Yes, honey, like the ones with the French people. So we go to the mall. We pick up 2 starter kits. And it was expensive back then. This has got to be... We got married in 2008, so this has got to be 2009, 2010, something like that. There was not a lot of options out there. It was Smoke 51 at the mall, or not a whole lot else. Nicorette, that one that starts with the letter C and gives you horrible nightmares and suicidal tendencies. So we bought these things, and we hated them. I'm that kind of person that'll problem solve, that has the patience to sit there and try to figure something out, make it work for me. Waffles is not. Waffles doesn't want to tangle with that kind of thing. She wants it to just work. And I think at that time, when we were trying desperately to get off cigarettes, that's what I wanted too. I tried returning them. I think one of them wasn't even opened. Customer service at that place, I hope it's improved since then, because guy at the store, at the kiosk, wanted to get all maverick on me and wouldn't accept my return. Wouldn't let me speak to his manager, wouldn't let me speak with anybody. At one point, I remember he took it out my hand, put it on the kiosk behind him, and I'm like, well, where's my refund? Where's my money? And he's like, really? When those didn't work, I wasn't ready to go out and start looking at a blue or something like that. They were expensive too, and I had such a crap experience there that I didn't want to go back to it. So some years go by. We forget about vaping. We forget about all this stuff. And then one day my wife brings home an Enjoy, one of the disposable ones from the gas station. And I was like, what is that? The Enjoy is amazing. If you're just watching this video, you know, wondering what this vape thing is all about, if you happen to land on my video before anybody else's, that'll happen. The Enjoy is where you want to start. And you might just land on the Enjoy and stay there. And we did for about a month. Because we figured out what everyone else figured out about the Enjoy. The Enjoy is going to last you half a day, and then you're going to need to get another Enjoy. I was a pack-a-day smoker, so if I wanted to do Enjoy, I would have to smoke about 2.5 to 3 of those little guys a day. We tried some other brands too. We tried White Cloud, same thing. They were good. They were a little less expensive. I recommend them if you're in that stage of vaping where you want that simple cig-alike disposable and you're trying to get something that's as much like smoking a cigarette as you can. Waffles came in again, the wife, and said that we should try this thing called an Ego. And I was like, what the hell is an Ego? We went by the local vape shop. The big one here is called E-Cig Charleston. We're in Charleston, South Carolina. Hooked us up with a decent starter kit at a decent brick and mortar price. Bevy of juices to try. They let you sample everything. They are super informative. They were an asset to us when we were first starting. And they are awesome. If you're in the Charleston area, there are like 8 of them, which is awesome because they're totally accessible. You can't throw a stone around here without hitting one. They're all over the place. We don't have any of our Egos anymore. I looked around for one. I'm sure you know what an Ego looks like. The VTOX tanks, this is what we started on. Came in a rainbow of colors. Sometimes we bought 2 of each. I used to carry around like 5 of them just so I could switch up my juices. And these are similar. You're probably still familiar with these. These are still around. The Aspire BVCs, yeah, also an assortment of colors. Still has juice in it. I'm not going to smoke it though. Very, very old at this point. There's a couple Nautilus tanks floating around the house somewhere. Had the E-roll for a while. My wife still uses her Aerotank Mega. She loves that thing. There was this one guy at the convention, a vendor, who basically laughed at her for using it. And I wanted to smack him. It's such an elitist thing. Oh, you still use that thing? You still use the, Come on, dude. She still uses that, but she also uses her sub-tank. She also uses her Aspire. This is her Sigelli right here. She loves this thing. Gold and glittery. That's her all day. She got this drip tip at Just the Tip. That thing is gorgeous. I mean, that's a cool setup. What's she having here? Classy vapor. It's a orange Tic Tac flavor. It's a yummy vape if you like orange Tic Tacs. I think they're okay. But I'm getting ahead of myself. In between, you know, the Sigelli and the IPv3, special edition IPv3 from Vapor DNA, way before this, way before those guys, the waffle she bought me, you know, the MVP, I use the shit out of that. I love the MVP. And along the way, you know, we got the VTR. Somewhere along the line, I decided, you know, it's time for me to start building. So, got the Hanas. Got my first couple drippers. Helios was my first one. Used the 3D for a while. Not something I would recommend for newbies at all. But if you want to trial by fire, feel free. This is one of the hardest things ever to build on. Picked up a bunch of RDAs. I've got maybe 20 of them. I've got way too many RDAs. Oh my goodness, I've got way too many RDAs. Way too many RDAs. Now, you know, here we are. We're going to vape conventions and buying custom mods on Facebook. So, if you're getting into vaping to try to save money, you know, think again. But it's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun. It's given Waffles and me, you know, something new to bond over. You know, an interest that we truly love. Sharing that together has been a lot of fun. So we've come a long way in a very short period of time, and you know, it's been a ball. Anyway, until next time, I'm your homeboy Josh. See you next time.